I know at Whitefish it started out with just like a sewing club. It grew into what you see today. It does bring a lot of pride. The biggest thing I think for me as a leader is the way it's grown. It's grown from, 8 to 10 women sewing coveralls to now a full out manufacturing. We're broadening our scope, doing linen, sales. The vision I don't think has changed from serving the oil sands. Syncrude has been there from the get-go, and I know all of us and previous leaderships have always put the Dev Corp and that first and foremost when it comes to ECDev or promoting. It's sustainable for our people and mainly for our women. That was the intent, right? To have ladies be at home, be moms, but still have the ability to make a living. Scope has broadened a little bit. It's grown into a business where we have professionals that come out and be part of our DevCorp board. We brought Tom home after him being away like 40 some years. He's a member. We've grown to where we needed somebody like with his expertise and in that how a business should run. He understands fully. He's fully committed to grow to where we've been able to bring professionals in also. Some of our staff that are off nation with our linen facility in Lac La Biche, our sales people here in Edmonton. The core is back to the nation. I think you're looking at employment of 100 people. That's every day, 7 days a week. That's I think the most thing I'm proud of is the sustainability of that. It's our economic driver. It's multi-generational. In the 50 years that we've gone through, a couple generations that have worked there or started work there that are now some of our council members that are in our leadership role right now have worked there. That's where they started out when, getting out of school. The initial thinking was to get an arena. But when we were going down this road, former Chief Stan asked me, can you run with this, right? I said, I'll only do it if you give me full autonomy to run with this thing. Otherwise, I'm not going to. He said, okay, so I did. I didn't look at it as just a covered piece of ice. We shifted gears into where, okay, how do we go from the kids to the elders and everybody in between? So we switched the design, re-scoped it to where we were looking at curbing issues. We looked at our highest problems was addictions, mental health, how do we curb that? And then from the elderly side was, diabetes. So we kind of threw all that in the bucket and this is what come out of it, right? And with no help from government, we reached out to several banks. First Nation Bank came through because they understood. We're getting into more and more partnerships and working together and I know Tom brought in capacity training for his staff, building within. And I looked at that and I'm thinking, why aren't we doing that? So now we're doing that as well, right? The best word I could use for Whitefish is resilient. Under our current circumstances and our uniqueness from a governance standpoint, being forcibly amalgamated with our sister nation in 1950-51, that fight's been there to get us back to our own autonomous nation. We've never ever given up our land at Whitefish. We've always maintained our own governance. Chief Pecan signed treaty at Fort Pitt, 1876. That's history they can't take away from us. Our 150-year anniversary is September 9th. That's when Treaty 6 for Whitefish. Anyways, Chief Pecan was actually one of the signatories to Treaty 6 for the Cree Indians in our area. He was kind of the head chief for the Crees in that area. Sad Lake is a combined four-nation band. Blue Quill, Wasaknaw, Little Hunter, and Pecan, right? In the next 50 years, I'd like to see us grow double the capacity. The way we approach any proponent, whether it be industry or government or what, every meeting that pertains to Whitefish in some capacity, if it's with industry, for example, I take Daryl, the consultation manager, Tom, he's part of our ECDev, and myself. And if we have to bring in the other portions of leadership, the other council, we do. If we have to bring in legal, we do. But we approach it from a three-pronged outlook. Here's what Whitefish is doing. From this, and this. It seems to move things along at a faster pace because everybody's there all at once. Here we are. This is what we're doing. It sets a different tone. It's grown to a multi-million-dollar business. I believe we're one of the largest in North America from a dry cleaning perspective. That's something to be proud of. The way we're doing and growing it all in. I mean, this is a total group effort under Tom's watch. We assembled a hell of a good team right now. Our own people are starting to get into the finances, even the managerial stuff. But we have to have a plan, right? All of us are aging. Some of us more gracefully than others, but having a long-term plan and trying to reach goals that you've set for yourselves. And I think we're doing a hell of a job.